Alright YouTube, welcome to another trade recap. I hope all of you guys are doing well. If it is your first time on my channel, my name is Nick. I am a day trader, day trading the 5-minute chart every single day. I trade Forex, commodities, indices, crypto. Whenever I see a setup that matches my playbook, I am in the market. And I'm focusing specifically on executing a trade within the first 30 to 40 minutes of the London session. That's where I love to trade. So just for explanatory purposes, over here we have this blue overlay, which is the Asia session, and this purple overlay, which you can see here, this is the London session. Okay, so what we'll be doing is I'll be walking you through this trade which I took today on British pound US dollar, a nice 3-to-1 trade, a very solid setup. I'll show you my higher time frame analysis and how I got to take this trade on the 5-minute. So usually I start on the daily time frame with my analysis, but today the daily time frame was not that relevant. So when I saw this today, I saw that we had quite a push to the upside over here. And I've mentioned that on my previous videos already. I love to trade supply and demand, okay? Whenever you see aggressive buying or aggressive selling, this usually creates a demand zone or a supply zone. Now in this case over here, we had aggressive buying to the upside, meaning that there was some sort of a demand zone which established itself down here. Now once this blue overlay starts, you can see here the Asia session, the price went up and started to pull back down into this demand zone. And we had this first rejection, right? This one here, this hammer candle, a very nice rejection. And this was one of my first key levels which I drew on the chart, okay? I always draw the body and I draw the wick, okay? So I wanted to see what happens if price comes back to this key level. And I look to the left. This was not just a key level. You can see here on the left that the price rejected this prior already. Let me see if we can go a little bit more to the left. Yep, over here. You can see that around this level, price was rejecting earlier already. Whether it be to the upside or downside, the price rejected earlier this level already, which is a very good sign, meaning this is a level of importance, okay? Let me put it that way. Then the second level of importance which I saw was over here, this swing high, okay? Now why the swing high? Again, body and candle. Why the swing high? Because the price pushed all the way to the upside and over here had a sharp turnaround or a pullback that came back in, okay? And then lastly, I felt that it is worth it to mention this level over here. This little swing high, swing low level over here on the 1 hour. So yeah, these were the levels which I saw. This was my 1 hour demand. Quickly label it with a 1 so we know it's a 1 hour. And I saw somewhat aggressive selling over here. So I was thinking that around this zone, around this key level over here, there is most likely also some sort of supply available, okay? So these were the levels on the 1 hour, my higher time frame analysis. Then I jumped down onto the 5-minute time frame. Now on the 5-minute time frame, what I saw made me very happy because first of all, you can see that in the Asia session, the price was pulling back like that. It pulled back very nicely into this demand zone, into this 1 hour demand zone, right around this key level. Now let me show this to you on the 1 hour. See the arrows on the 1 hour? This also could be complemented with a nice trend line. It almost looks like a flag. It almost looks like some sort of a flag, where you have here the pole of the flag, the aggressive push to the upside, price pulls back, and then we're looking for a breakout to the upside, okay? So that's kind of how I imagined it and how I saw it on the chart. Okay, so let me remove now these lines over here. They're not needed, not to confuse. Perfect. So yeah, I saw this nice trend line over here, and I was thinking, okay, let me see how or if the price, as soon as the session opens, rejects this level here again. Okay, let's see if it rejects this level here again. And you can even see to the right on the pricing scale, look at to the right on the pricing scale, we were at this 1.27600 price range. and we rejected it already here and here. So we are also at the psychological price level. So yeah, I was curious if the price will reject again. And what I was seeing is the following. I saw a reversal pattern. I saw an inverted head and shoulder pattern. Here the left shoulder, here the head. We had an aggressive push right at the end of Asia session, and when the London session opened, it started to pull back. So the same concept also occurs, same demand and supply concept also occurs on the 5-minute. So we had an aggressive push. Now we have also a 5-minute demand right here. And just think about this for a second. We have over here a 1-hour demand, a strong aggressive buying out of this level, which caused this 1-hour demand. We have this 1-hour key level. When you go to the left, you see that price has rejected this level before, to the upside and to the downside. Then we are very close to this psychological price level here on the scale, right? So all in all, it looked very promising that this level could actually be rejected further and price could push to the upside, okay? So I was very aggressive on this entry, and I'm showing it to you. Over here was the opening of the London session, and you can see we had a nice rejection. Let me zoom in so you can see this very clearly. So we had a nice rejection over here, a long wick rejection. Then we had the 8 o'clock candle, again a rejection. We had the 8:05 candle, again rejecting. And then over here we had this 8:10 candle with a very small wick, but it went a little bit down, couldn't go any further, and then it pushed to the upside. And that was my entry. Why? Because I see these 4 wicks, one very small, but I'm counting it as well. I see these 4 wicks rejecting this level. I see that right at the open at 8 o'clock, this candle slammed down very, very hard. This doji candle went below it. So at one point it looked like the price was continuing to the downside, but then it rejected very strongly. And then lastly, the last point why I felt this was good, I want you to see that none of these 3 candles over here could close below that initial candle. Okay, none of them could close below this initial candle. And this kind of formed my right shoulder of this inverted head and shoulder pattern. Okay, now is this a perfect head and shoulder pattern? No, it's not. But you have to know that the markets are never, never, never perfect. Okay, have to know the theory, you have to know how it looks, but then you have to work your creativity to see these things. Okay, and this you can learn very easily by just spending a lot of time on the charts and looking at the formations. Okay, so yeah, I interpreted this as the right shoulder, and I went long right here, went long over here, put my stop loss not right below the candle. I risked this doji candle, but I put it a little bit further below to give some more room, because I also saw that here is a smooth moving average, this orange line, and I didn't want price to go into the average, come back, form some kind of a double bottom, stopping out these people over here, and then go up again. So I gave a little bit extra room for this trade, or for this entry. Now my first profit target was around this level over here, around this, and I'm showing it to you on the 1 hour. My first profit target was this little level which we had over here, this one and this one. So this was my first profit target, and I wanted to see how price reacts once it gets into this level. And let me show this to you. I entered over here, stop loss nicely below here. Now my 1-to-1 trade, or let me put it that way, I reached a 1-to-1 risk to reward over here. So once the price pushed into this level over here, into my first profit target zone, I was already at break even, meaning that whenever I reach a 1-to-1, I put my stop loss to break even. So I was already in a risk-free trade at that point in time, and I told myself, okay, this is a risk-free trade, it's Wednesday, it's a good day for me to trade. I like Wednesdays. Historically, I've been performing very well on Wednesdays, so I said to myself, let's see if we can push all the way up, okay? And this was very interesting. Now, why did I decide to hold this trade longer and to see if it can push up? Because we go back to this 1 hour flag pattern of some sort, this green line over here. Now check it out. As I mentioned before, we saw how nicely the price pulled back. So I was thinking, if the price manages to break this trend line, if it manages to break aggressively through this trend line, the next goal, in my opinion, would be up here at this 1 hour. Let me quickly take it up. At this 1 hour key level with this supply zone, which we identified in the higher time frame analysis, right? And that's what I did at the end of the day. It broke it, came back, opened here on this purple smooth moving average, and just pushed aggressive to the upside, right? And this was it. This was literally it. It was at the end of the day, it was around the 3-to-1 trade, like 2.9 or something, but it was a very nice trade. At least on my broker, it was a 3-to-1 trade. It wasn't a 4-to-1. It was a good 3-to-1 trade on my MT4, so was very, very happy with that. And from a playbook perspective, I treated this as a morning trendline break with a reversal pattern. Okay, that's how I treated this, and that's why I decided to enter on this trade. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the day. And as I always say, all you need is one good trade a day. And then you can make a career, you can make a living out of day trading. And just so you know, I've scanned today, or I've had 10 different markets open on my monitors, 4 indices, 6 forex markets, and I was just scanning and scanning when the opening came in to see. Of course, I was doing my pre-market analysis, my higher time frame analysis, and then when the market opened, I was just scanning for my playbook play, chose pound US dollar because it looked the best. And yeah, I executed on that, and that was it for the day. So yeah, if you like this content, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you want to see these kind of recaps every single day. I'm trading the markets, of course, every single day. I wish all of you a very good day ahead, and I hopefully see you in the next video, and take care of yourself.